What's going on, guys? So in this episode, we talked to my friend Dome. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name because I'm going to butcher it, but it's going to be in the show notes, about what it takes to break into the Asian e-commerce market. Dome shares how he grew his brand Seoul Stone, a massive Thai household brand, one which we actually ran all of the ads of not too long ago, and helped him scale. How he scaled this up to 400,000 showerheads sold. And finally, how you guys can launch your brand and tap into the massive market opportunity that is the Asian non-English speaking market, where you've got things like cash on delivery, incredibly low CPMs, and how you guys can capitalize on this. It's a massive market opportunity that is something that I'm personally investing in. And I think all of you guys should at least have this on your radar so that you know what's going on over the other side of the world, where, you know, we often are quick to discredit or to dismiss these channels. So enjoy the episode, guys. I'm sure you'll learn a lot. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Dome. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. What about you?
Excellent. Great. Cheers. So why don't you just give everyone a quick background of what you do and what you're working on at the moment?
Okay, hello, I'm Dome. Right now, I'm the owner of the agency and e-commerce and a software company in Thailand.
Excellent. Yeah. Cheers. And that's really interesting. That's a lot of the reason why I wanted to have you on the podcast is because of the market that you're working in now. A lot of people don't understand or don't see the opportunity that there is outside of the Western world or outside of English speaking countries. So can you tell some people about what the landscape is like in Thailand or Asia, and how the market looks and how it's different for e-commerce?
For my opinion, the difference, as you know, is about the language.
Yeah.
Because the language barrier make many people don't come to this country. Mm-hmm. And the Facebook ad here is getting cheaper than US 10 or 20 times.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
Yeah, I see. And in terms of the sales and how to approach selling in Thailand, how is that different to the United States?
Most of Thai people, they run by social commerce. Okay. And most of them, you need, they don't use the credit card. They prefer for the cash on delivery. You need to have someone to take care about the cash on delivery.
Okay, yeah. I see. So what does social commerce mean?
I mean, mostly people order by the messenger chat online, something like that. Right. They don't directly order from the website or the funnel.
Okay, so it's much closer touch, as in people need the conversations and they need to have their hands held a little bit more through the purchasing. I see. And then you mentioned that there's also cash on delivery. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there are many payments in Thailand, like a credit card, like a bank transfer, and the cash on delivery. Most of people, they prefer about the cash on delivery. They want to pay the money when they receive the product.
I see. And so if you're going to sell in Thailand, you really need cash on delivery, right?
Yes. If you sell the e-commerce product, you need the cash on delivery.
Wow, that's very interesting, because in the States there's none of that. It's all online.
I think most of Asean country, Vietnam as well. Vietnam is about 95% about it.
Excellent.
COD. Yeah.
I see. And I think that's the reason why there's so much opportunity in Asia as well, because all of these extra things that you have to do to sell here, it makes it very difficult for a foreigner to come in. And, American people that dropship can sell in many, many countries, and there's a lot of competition because it's very easy. But in Asia, it's completely different, right? And that stops foreigners from coming in and selling here.
Yes.
Yeah. Super interesting. Great. And so how did you get started with all of this? Take us back to the beginning.
For my showerhead?
Yeah. Or just your beginning in internet marketing and online advertising.
If about the internet marketing is about 15 years. But wow. I think we start from the showerheads, is okay?
Excellent. Sounds good.
Yeah. I started to sell the showerheads about 6 years ago. Okay. So, and I started with $1,000 budget.
$1,000 budget.
Yeah, $1,000, and I sell is around 400,000 pieces in 5 years.
Wow! So you sold 400,000 units in 5 years, and how did that look in the beginning? How did you actually start getting sales, and then how did we see that slowly go up over time?
So my golden key is sell was already selling.
Okay.
Sell what's already selling. I will before I start this showerhead, I visited Japan and South Korea, and the one thing I was surprised is I see the product that the showerhead, the minerals showerhead. Is they told me that it can increase the water pressure.
Right.
When I first met this product, I'm quite confused how this product can increase the water pressure. And then I buy it and take it to my country.
Right.
Most of ASEAN people like Thailand, Vietnam, the infrastructure, they have a problem with infrastructure, the water pressure and many problems. So then I try this showerhead and I was surprised.
Okay, I see.
What the shower, the pressure of showerhead is improved. That is amazing. Then I try to do the research about this product, and I was really surprised. I do the research on the Amazon and 5-star for this product, and many people love this product. Then I have the idea I can sell this. Yeah.
Great. And then how did you start selling it? Did you use Facebook advertising in the beginning, influencers?
Yeah. Most of people, when they don't start to sell a product, they focus on the ads only. Okay. Like me, I sell on the Facebook first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In Thailand, we at the first year, I don't create a website. I just create on the Facebook and sell on the Facebook only.
That's very interesting. Yeah. So you had no website. You only sold on like Facebook's native.
Yeah, only the Facebook native. And the last year, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And is that something that's very common? I mean, can you do that still in Thailand? Just sell on Facebook? Are people still doing this?
Most of people do like this.
Wow. That's very different. Great. And so you started selling just on Facebook natively, and then what happened next? Where did you go after that?
So to be honest, when I started at first month, I lost.
Okay. Right.
And the second month, I lost again. The
Great.
third month, I lost again. Fourth month, I lost again. So the one thing the people have to understand, most of people focus only on the Facebook ads, but they don't focus on the influencer. I call this the borrow traffic.
Okay.
I call this borrow traffic. What is borrow traffic? We have to borrow someone that can influence our brand to get higher.
Right.
Okay. Then on the May, I hire some influencer, and then I get a ton of profit after I use an influencer.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And I use an influencer land my ads as an influencer.
Oh, so they ran the ads from their pages and their accounts. Excellent. So you had the social proof from the influencers, and they were running the ads directly to your website and getting the sales from there. Wow. And so
10,000 pieces in month.
10,000 pieces a month
in Thailand.
In Thailand, that's crazy. And how long did it take to go from that in the beginning you failed for the first 4 months?
6 months.
After 6 months, you were doing 10,000 pieces a month.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then where did it go from there? That was kind of stable for the next few years, or?
It's stable around 2 years.
Okay.
Then after that, I scale up to the US market.
Great.
And the Euro market and Australia as well.
Yep. Excellent. And what kind of changes did you have to make, and what did you have to start doing so that you could sell in the US and Australian and these Western markets? Okay. How was that different?
Many different, because I have to. When I started at the US market, I failed again around 5 to 6 months.
Right.
Because it's different. I'm not fluent in English. And then I didn't know how to call the showerhead. In US market, they don't call the showerhead. They call it a handheld showerhead.
Handheld showerhead, right. Okay.
Yeah. I learned by. Maybe they think that I'm a scam.
Right.
Yeah, because my language is not clearly. So, like the Western people, if you want to start in Thailand, don't do only the translation.
Right.
You need copywriting.
Yeah, and that's something that we were just discussing, because we're launching a project in Thailand now, and Dome's team is helping us launch that. And he was just saying that we're going to use a local copywriter instead of just doing our own copy and then translating it, because it's not going to be as fluent.
Because most of people here, we know that you're not Thais.
Yeah.
You come from the Chinese
Right. So if someone else wants to take their brand and start selling it in the Asian market or around Thailand, how can they get started doing that?
I think it's very easy if you understand this market. It's easy, but most of people think it's very hard to enter to this market. If you want to start this market, you don't need to open a bank account here. You don't need to register the company here, but you have to find fulfillment center first. Okay. Then the fulfillment center, they will give you advice to start this business.
Okay. Sure. Right.
And then you need the customer service.
Okay.
Yeah, here you need customer service. You can use the chatbot. People don't prefer the chatbot. You need the customer service, and you need maybe the copywriting.
And I think actually a lot of people that are listening to this that have brands in the United States or wherever it might be around the world might be interested in doing this. And I think the smart ones would actually do this. That's why we're doing it now, right? So can you point them in the direction to find someone, or is there someone that they can use as a provider for these sorts of things? Or
you mean someone can support them?
Yeah,
right?
Can someone support them with launching in Thailand?
To be honest, it's quite difficult. If you search on the Google, they will charge you a very, very expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
But you don't need a local partner. You need.
Okay.
Maybe contact you.
Contact me.
Yeah.
Maybe contact you. Excellent. Great. So let's just take a quick pause and go to our segment Out of the Spotlight. So that's where we talk about the guest favorite podcasts, YouTube channels, or people whose content that you consume. So where do you go to learn when it comes to all of this stuff?
Okay. I think most of people don't know about this podcast.
Okay.
Do you know the John List?
John Reese. Yeah.
I've
never listened to any of.
The Wacky Mind of John List.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like this. Okay.
And you listen to this one.
Yeah, but now he just deleted.
Oh, it's finished.
Yeah, he deleted.
Why?
I'm not sure.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Does he still do internet marketing, or what is?
None. He's the owner of the Gelu.com. You know Gelu?
No, I don't.
Gelu is the tool to prepare to forecast about the funnel.
Right, I see. And is there any other people that you turn to or listen
Frank
to?
Kern and Russell Brunson.
Excellent. Too good. Okay, let's get back to it. So, we already discussed this a little bit, but how do you actually approach growth and getting sales when you go to grow an e-commerce brand?
Okay, when I start, the important thing is about the branding. Mm-hmm. Okay, my brand is a Seoul Stone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I sell a showerhead that increase water pressure and about the mineralized ball inside the showerhead. Most of people when they start, they focus only the land ad, and land more advertising. So for me, I talk to my product. Something that you have to understand. I sell expensive than US market and Western market.
You sell more expensive than
more
the US
expensive.
in Thailand?
Yeah, in Thailand.
Wow. Okay.
Normally people sells in US market around $10. But I sell here around $30 to $50. Okay. But I ask myself, how I create the value to this product? Yeah. They're very important. I try to create the brand, the social, my tagline, like enjoy a shower.
Yeah,
something like that. It's very important.
Okay.
About my product identity. Many.
I see. So you're saying, and particularly in a market like this where people take a lot of trust, so you focus first on the branding and the image and the identity of the product and the company and the brand, and then you use influencer marketing or
social
media
proof.
buying.
We need a social proof.
Yeah. Excellent. Too good. And so when you aren't doing this stuff to actually acquire customers, what else are you doing to get sales? Is there back end, LTV, these sorts of things?
Okay. So the thing that I'm really, you have to understand about the 3 traffic. The first one, the paid traffic. The second one for me, I call the borrowed traffic. And the third one I call my traffic.
Yeah, of course.
So normally, people in Thailand, they don't collect the email, they don't collect the list, something. I always do collect the list by email list, by the line ad list. Line ad is a messenger, like a messenger, inside messenger, and the messenger list. And then I always keep all this list, and then we do the broadcast and do many things by the by our list.
Excellent. And so in Thailand, where are these lists? What platforms are these lists kept on?
So
I assume emails.
because the list option is made something change. For the last year, I think the messenger list is the best one.
Okay.
For the last year, yeah.
Right.
But now I think it's not. Maybe for me it's email.
Email. Okay.
But most of Thais people, we told you that Thais don't use the email.
Right.
But I think that's true.
Yeah. Okay. I see. And do people use SMS out here?
SMS, they use SMS, but the important thing that how to keep the relationship to your list. Most of Thai people cannot successful with SMS and email because they don't do the relationship with their list.
Okay, so it's about nurturing the list and keeping it warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Okay, excellent. And so what do you spend the rest of your time on when you're not focusing on getting sales? Is there operations? I mean, obviously we've got a team of, I think you said about 40 people behind us that work in your agency, but what sort of other stuff are you doing and what else are you spending your time on?
For my start doing?
Sorry?
Pardon, can you ask me again?
Yeah, so what else do you spend your time on?
My time after work, right?
After work, sure, yeah.
To be honest, just only working for another project.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. And what kinds of things do you do? I mean, you run an agency. Can you tell us a little bit about that and kind of who you serve, who your clients are?
Many clients, they are the top brand here, like a Fitness First, and many the top insurance company here, and many the real estate company here, many banking.
And do you do Hyundai as well, or you used to do
Hyundai and Toyota.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, now before we wrap it up, let's move into our show and tell segment. So what's the best purchase you've ever made under $100? It can be anything, a piece of tech, book, digital product, just something that's had a lot of impact or that you've loved.
So for me, I think the one funnel away challenge of Russell Brunson.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's $100.
So what is that? Just for anyone that doesn't know.
One funnel away challenge is the course from the Russell Brunson that teach about the funnel.
Yeah.
From zero.
I see. Excellent. Too good, Dome. Thanks. And so before we wrap things up, where can people find you if they want to learn more about you, if they want to reach out?
Maybe they can go to my fan page, on the Facebook page.
Okay. Yeah. And what is that? Can you spell it for them?
Xharoensiri. Challenge KIATSIRI and CHAROENSIRI.
Excellent. And we'll include everything in the show notes for you guys to go and catch up on anyway. And from there, you can get in touch with Dome if you want to. But for now, thanks so much for coming onto the show, sharing these things about a very unique market, and looking forward to chatting soon.
Okay.
Excellent. Cheers.